My role, I'm the supervisor of Gunderson's Oncology Research Lab, and I'm also the manager of the Gunderson Foundation Biobank. When this position came open, I saw it, and they needed someone with my knowledge of pathology and histology. And when I interviewed for it, I realized that this was a next step for me, where I could really make an impact in helping not just people in the community, but maybe people in the region or in the world. The biobank is essentially a tissue repository. Anything that comes off the human body goes through pathology and is checked for abnormal cells. All of that tissue is preserved in formalin and then fixed in paraffin and creates a paraffin block. And what's good about all this is the fact that we have a lot of it. When you're doing research, you can't just do research on one or two things. You have to, once you find, for instance, on our breast cancer that we did research on, we did an initial run of about 10 to 20 cases. We found a result that was interesting, so then we had to duplicate it hundreds of times. And that's where the biobank comes in. A lot of biobanks are very specific for the type of tissue that they have, or they're a biobank that is just for that institution. Our biobank is full ranging. It has 21 different tissue types that we collect, and it's open to any researcher in our institution here at Gunderson or in the world. Many biobanks are very protective of their specimens and don't like to let it go out. I mean, it is a valuable resource. And here at Gunderson, we want it to be used because the end goal is to do research to find an answer to something. When we finished with our breast paper and it was published in an oncology journal, one of the things we found out was we do a lot of work on our protein, a surface protein called CD43, and it normally is expressed on white blood cells, but it's abnormally expressed on cancer cells. We have worked out a way where we can knock it down and break that protein covering so that the natural immune system of the body can attack the cancer. In our models, we actually had a 70% reduction in the tumor size from a cancer that we knocked the CD43 down on the cancer to one that we just let grow. Of course, that would take years, but in the meantime, that would be, that technology and that delivery system would come from La Crosse and come from Gunderson Foundation. The Gunderson Foundation Biobank is completely funded through the foundation funding. When we have people come in and earmark money for cancer research, what that means is we have to do less writing of grants and we can do more research. And we can spend more of our time doing what they want us to do. And you can give your money to the foundation knowing that it's going to be used properly, it's going to stay local, and it's going to help people in the area, plus help Gunderson and La Crosse grow it from just this regional institution to a national or world institution. We are actually doing something that on the bigger stage, on the world stage now. Our cancer research lab has collaborations going with labs in Japan and France and in a couple in Madison, and so we're in Denver, and so we are, people can look at this and say, okay, we are something. And I feel that Gunderson is a type of institution that I like to work for and I like to be a part of, because they look at things that are far-reaching. We are excellent, our institution is excellent at diagnosing and treating illnesses, but they're also excellent at training future doctors and residents and at doing research, be it clinical or bench research like ourselves. And we aren't the biggest lab by any stretch of the imagination, but we're an efficient lab. We only have 3 active scientists and 1 full-time technician, but we get a lot of work done. And having that continuous funding kind of frees us up to not have to worry about if I start this project, will we be here next year? Our research today is hopefully going to help somebody 10 years, 15 years down the road. That is something that I get good feelings from, knowing that I'm working towards an end goal. When we have cancer survivors come in and talk to us, and they've been through all the stuff they've been through, and they see what we're doing, I think it helps them. They know that what they went through isn't for nothing, that something is being done that'll help somebody down the road. If you have funds that you are looking at donating to a charity, donating to something, you have to weigh how well that institution, that charity, that function is going to use your funds. And you've got an opportunity here, great. Get the most out of your money and give it to the foundation so they can do the most with it. It's definitely an investment for the future.